Hey everyone, welcome back to Everlasting Summer Part 53, I think, if I can remember correctly. Maybe 54? I don't remember anymore. Da 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 da. Wow, that was like spot on. Before we get into this, I want to mention something very quickly. I think this was over the weekend, I can't remember now, but someone had commented that, because I said I'm really excited to get to the end of to get to the final endings. And I don't mean that as in I'm not interested in this game anymore. I am very far from it. I would not be playing this game anymore if I wasn't interested in it. I don't record things that I'm not interested in, right? I'm just excited to get to the end of it because, one, we'll see the endings. Like, that's the whole point of this game, is to find the endings, to see them. But also, I have another game in mind to play after this. If you've ever heard of the game Nekopara. It's another visual novel, more about ending. It's not like this game where it has multiple endings and all that, and you want to get them all. But I think it's more of a linear storyline. But yeah, so with that out of the way, let's get started. I got up, rubbed my face, and get back to reality. Gave a loud yawn and prepared to clean myself up. It was a really grey morning. Unable to find my hygiene kit on the nightstand, I concluded that I could manage without it. It was hard to get dressed. My hands were trembling like hell. I looked at my reflection in the mirror and decided? And checked out my 2-week stubble. I'm not recording drunk this time. Well, I wasn't drunk last time. I had one drink, but still. I was messing up words a lot last time. Well, perhaps Olga has a razor. But wait, aren't we in our apartment? It was only when I went outside that I suddenly understood that I'm not in a pioneer camp. I'm back in my apartment. And I would just come out of my room into a passageway, not out of the cabin. I was overwhelmed with surprise, with dismay, with fear, even with terror. But how? I sat down on the bed and buried my face into my hands, trying to remember the chain of yesterday's events. Yeah, the bus, the last day of the term. Yeah, I fell asleep. And woke up back home. Well, to some degree, it might even seem quite logical. It seemed that the initial astonishment is worn off during the first few seconds. After all, the fact that I came back like this after a week-long absence is no stranger than my sudden appearance at some pioneer camp of the 80s in the first place. The events of the last 2 days flashed before my eyes in an instant. That mysterious pioneer, his words. But how did I manage to get back to reality then? According to him, I was going to be stuck there forever, as there's no exit. On the other hand, I wasn't alone. That pioneer at the bus stop and the mystery voice emphasized the contrary, that the exit exists. Does that mean I found it? I managed to get out of the end of this loop? But how? Nevertheless, I wasn't sure whether I should rejoice or grieve. For the last week, I had kind of gotten used to the inner monologue, the search for answers, and an in-depth analysis of everything, so I simply couldn't accept this fact as it was, without figuring out what exactly happened to me. Sure, he told me that I'm the only one who has observed the existence of other guys like me during their very first loop, but does that mean anything? Anyway, all his theories and ideas instantly collapsed like a house of cards. Now I had to decide how I should react. Of course, I should rejoice. After all, I'm back to the real world. I had to move my microphone. It's fine. I muted my microphone so you don't have to hear this really loud low rumble. Maybe the last 7 days were just a dream. Indeed, there's absolutely no evidence that I really was there. I don't see my pioneer uniform anywhere. I look my age, just like I did before. My phone is on the table, fully charged. But one can't deceive one's own memory. One can't live through such terrifically real experiences in a dream. I still remember the events of the whole week in great detail. Perhaps I was in a coma all this time. An ironic laugh escaped my lips. Nah, that's not an option either. Then, all's well that ends well. The last few hours in the camp flashed through my mind. Indeed, I wasn't hoping to get out, either from that camp or from that reality, and I was pretty much ready for another week. And another. And another. I'd accepted my role. I'd reconciled with my destiny. And what was I supposed to do after all the stuff that happened? I heaved a doomed sigh, got up from my bed with considerable effort, and went to my computer. That's weird, but according to it, only 14 hours have passed since my disappearance from this world, not a whole week. 14 hours of sleep, that's a long time too. A new message in the instant messenger. Hi Semyon. Yesterday, it was legendary. See you later. My college friend. Oh, they said that in kind of a feminine voice. It was him who invited me to the party with the rest of his college friends that I was going to attend. I guess I went? I just passed out or something at the party? What? Suddenly, all my senses came back to me. The headache, the dizziness, all the symptoms of a hangover. Ah yeah, Semyon. Looks like I indeed attended that party yesterday, and I was partying hard. So there was no pioneer camp. But then, where did all these memories, emotions, and feelings come from? All of this was... I'm nodding. This is why you don't record at 3 a.m. I record at such stupid times, Jesus Christ. All of this was so incomprehensible that I became enraged. I began cursing foully, trying to tear my hair out, and hammering on the keyboard with my fists. I didn't return to a normal state until there were no keys left on it. Calm down there, guy. Why should I care so much? Nobody worries when a dream or a hallucination ends. Moreover, people are usually glad that it happens. Was I really that prepared to stay there that my return to reality became so undesirable for me? And then a simple and obvious thought crossed my mind. Perhaps I'm just going insane. Indeed, madmen frequently have visions which they perceive as reality. Besides, I had all the symptoms of insanity. I never leave the four walls of my prison. I never socialize. I have lots of psychological problems. Well, that explains a lot. My dark, nervous laughter echoed in the room. Guess it's the right time for me to visit a therapist. Or rather, a psychiatrist. Or should I just surrender myself to the asylum? Semyon. A horse! A horse! Half my kingdom for a horse! I cried at the top of my lungs between bouts of maniac laughter, or manic laughter. Dispute not with her. She is a lunatic. The racket my neighbors made on the wall calmed me down somehow. If I'm tripping that bad, looks like only a lobotomy could help me. Oh shit. I just sat completely freaked out for several hours, doing nothing, thinking nothing, just staring at the monitor. Long since gone into sleep mode. Finally, I moved the mouse and opened a few new tabs in the browser. So, what's new? F5, F5. Too bad you don't have an F5 key now. What? F5 key anymore. Now what, bitch? As if the events of the past week had never happened. Come on. Do you have to grieve for a hallucination? Was it real? Sure. Lots of memories? Sure. Looks true enough. Looks true enough? By all means, yes. Any proof? Nope. Was it real? Sure. Any proof? Nope. The verdict is clear, as is my future course. I have long suspected that my current lifestyle wasn't doing me any good. I was ready for such an unusual event, but so what? I'll have to become more prepared for my next trip. Night. An endless stream of threads and images took my mind off my lamentations, whatever, and considerations. An instant message window popped up most unexpectedly. Hi, how are you doing? Sure, quite an original way to start a conversation. Doing fine. Contact's profile was completely empty, not even a nickname, just a 9-digit number. You can't guess what kind of a person is on the other end just by looking at a number, can you? Sure, someday it will all be different. Unified digital identifiers instead of names. A couple of symbols for a biography, several bytes of personality, and 3.5 bits of feelings. 3.5 bits? You can't have half a bit. But 2, that's not a lot. 8 bits is 1 byte, and 1 byte is not a lot. Let's don't get technical out of this. Get home safely? Probably someone from yesterday's party. Seems like it. You didn't remember everything I told you yesterday, right? Well, I guess not. There's yet another message after a long pause. I see. Honestly, I don't give a damn who this is and why he is messaging me. Until this identified individual starts harassing me, I could easily tolerate his presence in my contact list. Well, that's okay. We'll meet again. We surely will. Sure, looking forward to it, yeah. Alright. Bye. I didn't reply. This odd, screwed-up day at last was slowly coming to an end. Going to bed, I yet again recalled in my head all the events that seemed so real for me. Where am I going to wake up tomorrow? Would these hallucinations return? Nah, I'll probably just forget everything. Strange, but now I'm really feeling that everything happening now is real. There was just a fiction. A game of deformed imagination. Or really, something fantastical. And here is reality. Sometimes inconvenient. Sometimes it unfolds differently from how you'd wish. Surpasses you like this. But it's still reality. I fell asleep with these thoughts. Bit by bit, my life resumed its normal course, and I started to forget the events of that week. After all, nothing bad happened. Even if it was indeed real, who cares? There were only 7 days in a pioneer camp. I wasn't killed. Nobody kidnapped me to conduct experiments. I wasn't brainwashed. That's what you think. So why do I care now about the reason? And if it indeed was a hallucination, I can only hope that it won't repeat itself. I was still a shut-in. My computer and the internet were my only friends, and the keyboard was the only communication channel connecting me to the outside world. The F5 key became the main thing in my life again. Come to think of it, it really wasn't all that bad. Yet one day, a familiar combination of digits had popped up on the screen. That strange contact of mine had come online once again. Hey. Hey. How are you doing? Doing fine. I probably knew him from somewhere, but who cares anyway? Any news? Not really. Stability is a sign of true class. What? Stability is a sign of true class? One might say so. Oh, I see. This conversation was over for me, but he didn't seem to feel like that. So, nothing has changed? Nope. Should it have? Well, it's not like you experience stuff like that on a day-to-day basis. Not everybody gets to experience it either. What are you talking about? Don't you get it? I was starting to. I'd prefer you to explain. It's not time to be emailing me, Newegg. Don't you remember the camp? Wait, what? It felt like an electric shock. All the events of that week immediately sprang up in my mind. When are you going to stop? Okay, thank you. Christ. My hands started to tremble. A cold sweat burst from my forehead. I turned around in horror, already imagining that I'd see aliens, ghosts, or the Grim Reaper. But there was nobody in my room except me, as always. I ran to the corridor, checked in the kitchen and in the bathroom. Still nobody. At last I returned to the computer. The same message window was still flashing steadily, as if it was a perfectly ordinary message. Who are you? My hands were trembling so much I could hardly hit the right keys. Oh, so you do remember it. My hallucinations seem to be continuing? Or did I never leave the camp in the first place? Or it's just a dream after all? Or... I don't know what to say. I admitted sincerely. Why is that so hard for me to say? Anyhow, I felt that this entity, that's the only definition I could think of, doesn't need any kind of internet to communicate with me. Well, you can just keep silent. Everything's perfectly clear, XD. It's Dustin! Dustin types like that. That smiley at the end of the line looked like the devil himself, stretching its deformed jaws open to devour me. What is happening to me? I finally made up my mind to ask that question. Nothing. Nothing at all. You're just living your regular life. But the camp, was it real? What do you think? I'm not sure. If it seemed real to you, then yes, it was real. If not, then it wasn't. It's just that simple. That's not simple at all. What will happen to me next? I whispered. Nothing. Nothing to worry about. It seems that it really heard me without the use of the internet. You whispered that? You didn't type that? Terror chained my whole body. I closed my eyes and curled myself up into a ball. Why? Why are you doing this to me? I started to lose it. Words were coming out of my mouth by themselves. Illogical, meaningless sets of words. Why? Why me? What for? What for? Leave me alone. I haven't done anything bad. Several minutes after I found the courage to open one eye and take a look at the monitor. You are the reason for everything. The message window was flickering coldly. And what's next? Oh, you'll see that soon enough, smiley face. Well, okay then. Everything started fading to black in my eyes. Noise filled my ears, and I started to feel dizzy. I felt that my very soul was... I felt that my very soul was escaping its physical shell. The events of the last few days became hazy, as if they'd all happened to someone other than me. Then the memories of the camp started to vanish, as if somebody was using an eraser to thoroughly rub out words written with a pencil. Moments later, I felt and sensed nothing, as though I was plunged into a state of cosmic bliss. If anyone saw me at the moment, they would notice that I was smiling. Do I have eyes yet? Can I please have eyes? I'm kind of stuck here. I hit the report spam button, closed the window, switched to the browser, and glanced at the clock. Time to get going, or I'm going to be late. Late for what? Sleep? More sleep? And more sleep? Forever alone. Wow. Every story has its beginning and its end. Oh man, the image. The image that goes along with it is like a guy with a paper bag sitting in front of his computer, just a nameless face. Every story has its own outline, synopsis, contents, key points, a prologue, and an epilogue. And there's no book which, if you read it again, would not reveal new details you didn't notice before. Every story has its beginning and its end. Almost every. So we got Semyon's good route. That was interesting. I'm curious what the pictures it's going to show up for the end credits this time then. Da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't remember this playing at the end of them. Doesn't this play at like the beginning? It does play at the beginning, I think. I can't remember exactly. This is different. I kind of want to watch through it now. But yeah, so this was Semyon's good ending. It's only been 18 minutes or so. So we're going to start Semyon's bad ending in this video. Once we get through this. Is it just going to like show all the routes with all the other girls? We won't get very far into the bad ending. We'll leave that for Wednesday, but you know, still. We'll get somewhere with it at least. A lot of girls are looking at me like, hi. Elisa is next? Yep. So to say, what's the last girl I was forgetting about? Then I remembered Miku. And then they put the Neko at the front of the bus. We will get to you soon. Soon enough. Hopefully. I feel like I've seen that ending before actually, so. Can we skip? We can't actually skip that. We can't actually skip this? Are you for real, game? Yeah, you can't actually skip the end credits. At least not these ones. In a second, I'm not gonna cut, because it makes life for me easier. Thank you. Save game, this one. No, don't delete it. Alright, so this is where we get the choice to go bad ending or good ending. And we did not follow the voice the first time, so follow the voice is the bad ending. I just want to see what it is, right? Okay, let's go. Anyway, he sounded more credible than the crazy pioneer. By the way, this is the guy when you go to the forest and you hear a random voice and it's just like, follow me, right? I know the way out, and then you get your choice. In case anyone forgot, just thought I'd throw that out there. Of course, this solution could be fatal, but the alternative isn't any better. I just took a shot in the dark. Okay, so where are we going? We're already there. My eyesight started to fade and I felt my consciousness leaving me. Well, that doesn't sound good. Was I drugged? Don't tell me that's the end of it already. Don't tell me it's that quick. Oh my god! Semyon, bad end, achievement unlocked. I've never heard this music before. Fingers crossed it's not copywritten. Okay. Are you kidding me? I thought it would go on longer than that. If I known it was gonna be that short, I would have done that last time. Last episode on Friday. God damn it. Oh, you should also see the picture of that. It's like another Semyon with like red eyes. This sounds like Russian, what is it? It sounds like Russian metal. At least to me. It's actually pretty good. Sorry, just taking a moment to headbang. Yeah. Not like I can skip through this shit anyways, god damn it. I wasn't expecting this. Oh, I thought we'd be like finishing it like Wednesday or Friday. So I guess Friday, I think we're doing Lena's bad ending? Let me bring up the guide. If anyone wants to leave now, then you can leave now. I'm not gonna keep you around. This is the end of the video. I'm just talking for a little bit longer afterwards, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. For the people who are staying behind, you guys are pretty cool. Pretty bitchin'. Alright, so we need to see the different routes. So we've done every route. We've done Slavia's route. We've done oh shit. Scroll. No, don't full screen. Sorry, I'm just messing with the windows right now. Okay. So we've done Slavia's route. We've done Lena's route. We've done both of Elisa's route. We've done Olyana's, and we've done Semyon's, and we've done Miku's. The last route is Yulia's route, the DLC route, and Lena's bad route. We're going to be doing Lena's bad route not tomorrow, Wednesday. I'll probably start it tomorrow, but we're going to be doing Lena's bad ending tomorrow, Wednesday. Not tomorrow, god damn it, Wednesday. Because I'm really curious. Because I've been told it's a more emotional ending. All the other ones, all the good endings and bad endings for all the other people are just kind of bullshit. Just like, yep, we met each other in real life. Yay. And that's about it. And it's nothing really special. Or apparently bad endings are just, Semyon lives on his own. Yay. There's nothing special there either. Apparently Lena's route is more emotional. So, we're gonna see how that goes. Don't expect an emotional reaction out of me. I mean, you might, but in the end, it's a video game. You know, I was talking about a special someone, maybe, but it's just video game, and I don't get caught into them very well. But yeah, this is the true ending. The true, because people can call Yulia's route the true ending. This is the true ending to my video. Thank you all very much for watching and for sticking around to this end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on Wednesday. We are doing Lena's bad ending. Why do I sound so goddamn excited about that? I don't know. See you guys later. Bye-bye.